Hi everyone, it's Jeff. I have a really fun, quick, easy, and cheap DIY project for you today. I'm going to show you how to make this little display case that is perfect for displaying D&D minis, any sort of small vinyl collectibles, or really any other type of small collectible that you might want to put out on display. Now, before we get started, I just want to give you a quick background on how I came up with this. So, as I mentioned in my video last week, my wife and I have been cleaning our home office recently, and we were at the Container Store, and while wandering through the silverware storage section, the kitchen storage section, something caught my eye, and that was these awesome little bamboo trays. And these are actually intended as silverware organizers or kitchen drawer organizers, and but of course, me having D&D on the brain, I thought, hey, those would be perfect for wall mounting and displaying minis. And so I came up with a way to convert this silverware tray into a D&D mini display case. So here is what you are going to need in order to do that. Okay, for this particular project, you are going to need the following tools and materials. Of course, your bamboo silverware tray, which will become your display case. I got mine at a Container Store near my house called Storables, they are also available through Storable's website for this particular brand, and that website address is, believe it or not, storables.com. You will also need a couple of self-leveling hangers, one per display case that you intend to make. These you can get from any hardware store, places like Target, Walmart, that sort of thing. Most picture hanging kits will have them, or you can buy them on their own. A pencil, a little bit of sandpaper. You will need a straight edge ruler and a hot glue gun for making the displays. And then you might also want to have a little bit of wood glue around, just in case you need to make any minor repairs to the trays. The trays are made in China, they're pretty cheap, so they're not necessarily the highest quality, and sometimes the little edges get loose and you just kind of have to make a couple of repairs just to make sure that they're going to be able to hold the weight of whatever you are going to be displaying in them on the wall. And then for hanging the items, you will of course want a hammer, a tape measure, a level. I like using these little torpedo levels, and then I recommend using box nails, which have this nice little lip on them that will grab on well with the self-leveling hanger so that it doesn't slip at all. Okay, so the first step in converting your silverware tray into a display case is to figure out where to mount the hanging hardware on the back. So flip it over so that the back side is showing, and then you want to figure out where the center of the side that you're going to mount the hardware on is. So you just take your straight edge and figure out what the halfway point is. In this case, I've got this nifty ruler that goes out from the center to either side, so I just figure out where it matches up. So for this 6-inch, and you're measuring it from the inside corners here rather than from the outside here. So then mark your center point like this, and that gives you a spot to line up with the center point of the hardware, of the hanging hardware. So then get your hanging hardware and eyeball it, get it lined up and in position, and then you want to mark the either side where the glue is going to go. So I like to just kind of run my pencil around in there to mark up these points. Okay, so that gives me a couple little marks in there. Next, you want to take your bit of sandpaper. Now we're going to take this and we're going to scuff up the connecting points where the glue is going to hold. So scuff up the ends of your hanging hardware. And what this does is it roughs it up, it gives it a little more of something for the glue to hang on to. And because the bamboo has some sort of coating on it, it's like a varnish or something like that, you want to also scuff up where the connecting point on the bamboo is going to be. So now you don't need to be super precise, but you want to take your glue gun and you want to make sure your glue gun is fully heated up. If it's not fully heated, the glue is going to dry too quickly, and you're not going to have time to get the hanging hardware in place before the glue starts to dry. So once you have your glue all heated up, then you take it and you just put a dollop on either end here. And don't be shy with it. This is all going to be hidden on the back, so it's not going to be, no need to be pretty. Take the other side. Okay, and then once you have those in place, take your hanging hardware, and again, trying to get it center, you want it to be flush up against the top. The glue's already starting to dry. Right, and push it flush against the top and centered on the center mark that you made, and just hold it in place for a little bit until the glue starts to harden. And then you also want to kind of trim away any of the hot glue stringy things that always seem to crop up on these sorts of things. Still a little sticky because the glue was nice and hot to start. And honestly, that's all there is to it as far as making the frame hardware. So and then you also just kind of want to check and make sure that all of your sides are nice and glued in place, and if they aren't, if you have any gaps or if they're a little loose, just take a little bit of wood glue and either a pin, or sometimes if it's really bad you can use a popsicle stick or something like that, and just kind of run the glue into the crease wherever you need it. Alright, so now we are ready to hang things up. Okay, so here we are. We've got the framing group just about finished. Before we put the last frame up, I just want to give you a couple of quick tips to make sure that your frames stay up well. Tip number one, when you put the nails in, don't put them in all the way, because there has to be enough nail sticking out to catch the hanging hardware. Second, when you put before you put the picture or the mini frames up, put a little bit of blue sticky tack or a little bit of tape or something in one corner, and what that'll do is that'll help keep the frame in position once it's hung. And even if someone comes by, knocks the wall, if you are pulling minis or collectibles on and off of the display, it's not going to start wobbling all over the place and send everything all over the floor. So yeah, so just kind of hang it in position, then take your level, and once you have it leveled, just give it a push to get the sticky tack to hold a little bit, and then you are ready to load it up with whatever you're going to put on display. And that's all there is to it. This project is quick, easy, and above all, cheap, and it produces a pretty nice display for minis or other small collectibles. If you like this video, give it a like down below. Thanks for watching. Bye.